Do you know how many times things didn't go as planned for me? One of the most important and valuable skills for any entrepreneur is improvisation, because you never know what will happen even in a minute. By improvising, you can react very quickly to unexpected things and be flexible. But there is something else you should know. I want to talk about why it's always important to have a plan B and exactly how you can help yourself if you understand and start using it. It doesn't matter what I do, I always have at least 2 or even more scenarios in my head for how I will act depending on changing circumstances. I got into the habit of planning this way back in school when I first began to face the problems of adolescence. I don't remember exactly whether it was related to money, but in any case, I realized that sometimes the situation may begin to develop differently from what I originally planned. Therefore, no matter what I was doing, trying to earn my first money, establish relations with a person, or learning a new skill, I always calculated several scenarios. I was counting on the first and the main one if everything went according to plan. It was a scenario in which nothing unexpected happened. The second one prepared me for the fact that deviations may be noticeable but not critical. It told me, Kirill, be prepared for turbulence. I don't know what exactly will happen, but you have to take it in your hands. Thanks to this, I became confident in myself, but at the same time it was difficult to surprise me and throw out of control. And the third scenario was based on the fact that my initial expectations would be completely wrong and the deviations would be so serious that I would have to abandon my original plans. I thought through all these scenarios even before I started doing anything, or rather, I just knew that they could happen and understood how I would act in any case. As you can see, I described not only scenario A and B, but also C. And this doesn't mean that any of them has a higher chance of becoming reality. In my experience, it's not even possible to say that option A, which you initially count on, is more likely to happen than the other two. Maybe just a little. But you yourself must do everything to bring its implementation closer, because it's a reflection of your desires and aspirations. The rest are just alternatives. Anyone can bring it closer. It's enough just to take targeted actions and not retreat from the obstacles. And if you're doing serious business, there'll be a lot of them. When you create an additional plan, you take a responsible approach to realizing your desires, so there's nothing strange about thinking ahead. I would say that on the contrary, the desire to hide and close your eyes on the unexpected is a sign of short-sightedness and immaturity. Everyone needs to work with this. However, this also has its extreme. I have met people who try to calculate everything too accurately. They thought about every detail and it played a cruel joke on them. There are 2 forms of consequences behind this: procrastination and, no matter how strange it may sound, but lack of flexibility and adaptation to reality. As for the first one, everything is quite simple. Endless planning, postponing the first step, fear of mistakes and waiting for the perfect moment. All this makes you stand still doing nothing. I can't stand procrastination. I hate even the thought that I'll be stuck in a swamp just thinking about what I would have done if I hadn't grown into the place like a pillar. For myself, I realized that only actions create this reality, so I don't want to waste time on empty thoughts that lead to nothing. Okay, it's clear with procrastination. I actually doubt that anyone doesn't understand its dangers. But why does over-planning makes you less flexible? The more precise is your plan, the more details you have thought through in your head, the less likely is that everything will just happen exactly like that. I'm sure you have been through this many times. You have already planned out every small piece of meeting the girl you like or performing in front of an audience. Then something unexpected happens and you just lose your balance. The slightest irregularity can throw you out of control, because after imagining the ideal picture hundreds of times, you begin to think that everything will happen that very way. But no, it works a little differently. There will obviously be things that will force you to deviate from your original course, and it will be better if you are prepared for this. So I think it's always important to have multiple plans, or at least a plan B. but don't overdo it so that it limits your movements. You need to catch the line between when the planning gives you flexibility and allows you to quickly respond to any events, no matter whether you expected them or not, and between when you start harming yourself. Constantly creating a better version of yourself is not an easy task, but it's worth it. So I think you should try to apply my experience and see the results. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this episode and checking all my previous videos as well. Don't forget to do this, by the way. So if you liked this video, give me your like and write the comment below. If you didn't like it, just give me your dislike. Don't forget to do this as well and write the comment below in any case, basically. So follow my channel and see you in the day after tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much.